Oh, okay. We are back. How are y'all doing? This is gonna be a really short and shitty video, but I just wanted to make a video this week. I've not had the joys of being able to record and get out to make a video yet. So we're gonna make a video talking about the parts that we need and where we stand at this point. Last week I had surgery, so I could not make a video because I couldn't do any really like heavy lifting, and I planned on doing a lot of moving of this stuff and working with everything, kind of like actually organizing and making a list of what we need. But I've done my best without being able to do that to kind of make a list of what we need this week. And with it being really cold, as you can see, we're nice and chilly. We have a crazy snowstorm going on. But I'm a little confused after reading the document on the build again. It says that you need a either 2.5 intake manifold, which I assume the intake manifold that came with this engine would work, right? So I'm not really sure what to do there. Or you need a throttle body adapter kit or an intake manifold adapter kit. So either we're gonna figure out the 2.5 situation with the intake there, or intake manifold there, or we're gonna use the intake manifold adapter kit so that we can use the intake manifold from the 2.3 along with the throttle body from the 2.3. I think if we use the 2.5 intake manifold, we can use the Speed 6 throttle body on the build, and then that would be one way of completing it without having to find and source out the intake manifold adapter kit. So I think that's what we're gonna try to do. And then I need to get a new radiator, I need an AC condenser, I need a core support, I need to get a new clutch, I need to get a gasket kit so that I can do obviously the head gasket, the oil pan, and all of the other things that have gaskets within the engine. I'm gonna get some braided brake lines to upgrade my brake lines because they look very crusty, and honestly I don't know if they're gonna hold up once we put everything back together. I would like to get a big brake kit for the car, but I don't really want to spend another $1 to $2 grand on that. That's not really what my goal is. My goal is to kind of cheaply rebuild it at this point without spending a crazy amount of money, because I want to drive the fucking car, whether it be by summer or like the end of summer. Either way, that is my goal within the next 6 months, to have this stupid fucking thing back together and moving out of my garage, because today would have been the perfect day to have it done because it snowed and it's miserable to drive, and I'm driving the ST. I almost got stuck, so I just want it done. I want the all-wheel drive and the ability to handle that. And then we need to get a water pump, a thermostat, crank bolts, and then a VVT pigtail and the gasket for the VVT pigtail, which I believe will come in the gasket kit. That's basically all we need. I need to realistically figure out the intake manifold situation, and once I figure out the intake manifold situation, we'll be in a good spot. All of those other parts should presumably be a little bit less than $500. You know what we need to add to that list as well? We need a timing chain, baby. We got to add that to the list. We don't have that on the list, so timing chain. We should probably add motor mounts to the list of things that we need as well. I know they make a rear motor mount that you can get aftermarket. I don't know if they make the upper motor mounts that you can get aftermarket. I think it would be nice to get some motor mounts. We obviously, like I said, need to kind of clean up inside of here, and that'll probably be a goal for the next video that we end up working on. So I need to look into upper motor mounts. I know they can make a lower mount. We'll get that. The lower mount's like $100, super cheap. And then we need the tune, obviously, once it's done, but that's like not a priority. Right now my priority is listing all of the parts out and then getting those parts, and well, sourcing and getting the parts and then getting everything back into the fucking car. That way we can move it. Realistically, at this point, that's the list that I got until we go over everything in here and make sure nothing in here needs to be replaced. That's looking kind of crusty. We do need to get a new seal for the transmission. I gotta find the thread that I have on that. So that is another thing that we need to add to the list. I don't know. I'm sorry this video is kind of just me rambling to the camera about what we're gonna do and not me doing anything. I just been fucking, like I said, healing and busy and not able to do that. The snowstorms the last 2 weeks have been crazy, and the kids have been home from school every day, so dealing with her and work and a 1-year-old is just a lot. I know I'm making excuses and sound like I'm making excuses, but I don't want to give up on the content. I don't want to give up on what I'm doing. I've been making a lot of gaming content as I've been doing, so if you're interested in that, you go check out the other channel. It's a Wolf Gaming. And yeah, I am about to order the wheel for the mini bike. That was my next plan, but I don't know. I don't know if I should do that or if I should just realistically, I should just order parts for the fucking Speed 6 at this point. But, like, I don't want to give up on my other projects, too, you know, bro. I wanted the mini bike to run, because then I can move it and get all this bullshit up out the way. Like, realistically, I'm trying to finish the small things that I know I can finish, but then it just continuously pushes this behind. Obviously, last week, we upgraded this bad Jesse. I got a battery maintainer because I realized that I didn't have one, and it's probably a good thing to have one, so we have one. I like these, dude, they're so nice. I did drive it around the block. I did not make a video of me driving around the block, but yeah. I think, as I said in the last video, the next upgrades for this are the side saddle bag that I think goes on this side. It's pretty small, but it's like enough to be able to keep like wallet and like that bullshit in there, which is nice, which I want. And then we're gonna do the fender delete so that it's like up to here, whatever. And I think that'll look really nice. From there, I really don't know. We'll probably end up getting some new tires because I don't know if these are really the best option. Maybe wrap this or plastic dip it like I said. Well, Eric said wrapping it would be really hard because of the shape. So, it might honestly be better to just buy one, you know, who fucking knows. But that leaves the cowl situation and getting the windshield, so I don't know. I have a lot of plans, a lot of ideas, but shit just keeps going wrong in life. Melissa's car may have fucking shit the bed today, so we got it towed home. I gotta diagnose that. We'll probably have a video on it, and yeah, hopefully we don't end up having to spend a lot of money on it, so we don't get fucked, because I have the money now to do the things that I want to do. But it's like, if things break in the real world, you can't just fuck around and spend all your fun tokens on fun things. Sometimes you gotta spend your fun tokens on things that make life work. So thank you all for watching. Sorry for rambling, and I will see you in the next one where hopefully we have some fun times.